Hello, my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Man Cave with two faces that you may remember from a while back. I heard the bell ring just a moment ago as I was getting ready for this vlog, and these two were at my door. I said, well, just come on in here. I got something. I'm kind of in the middle of something right now, so just come on in here. So if you remember, this is Yolanda. Oops, I can't do it. Yolanda and Mark, you decide which side they're on. Everything's backwards here. Try to point to something. Just go ahead. Try to point to that deer right there. You did it, huh? You did it because you did it. You knew it was going to be backwards, didn't you? No, I actually have these two here to cheer me up is the reason. You know how my typical Rosa Luck's been going? You ain't heard nothing yet. You ain't heard nothing yet. Seriously. All right, lay it on them. Go ahead, just lay it on them.
You go ahead.
Well, first of all, thank you everybody that donated for helping us out to get Yolanda's truck done. And it finally got done. The new motor's installed and ready to go. And then the transmission in my truck went. It's fixed. Well, I have a van that I drive some people around in. And the transmission went in that. So as I take it to the shop to fix it, the mechanic says, well, here's the keys to my truck. You could just use my truck. He said, I only got liability insurance on it. And I told him, well, it's okay. I said, I don't drive crazy or anything. So I take his truck. Well, in the afternoon, I was dropping off a guy that I was driving around in his truck. And we pull in his driveway, and smoke started coming from under the hood. And the whole truck caught on fire and burnt to the ground. And here's if you want to show them that.
Oh, I have to get it at where the light doesn't hit it so much. There it is. Yeah, he has, they've been having a stretch of good luck here. What'd you say happened about your dog too?
Yeah, so I went and picked him up. We got home, it was late. And I walked outside and I saw my dog just sitting on the ground, and I called him and he wouldn't move, so I went and picked him up, and I guess he fell off the back deck. He dislocated his hip, broke the little leg, that was the little bone that was in the back of his leg, and he was like all bruised and couldn't breathe, and so I stayed up all night with him till we could get him into an emergency vet the next day.
But there is some good news. He got a real good report. So
yeah, the chemo drugs I'm on, it's killing the cancer cells in my chest, and it's not lighting up like they were. So that's working. I feel good. Her motor's done, like I said. The transmissions are done in my van and my truck. The dog is walking around now. So things are looking up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, I have really crummy luck on the little things. Whew, they can match me on the big things. It's been crazy.
Oh, and the roof on the house is done too. New metal roof on the house.
Yeah. So you all did help with a lot of that by the donations you made, and we really do appreciate that because they've been through some tough moments, really. I want to remind everybody we have our play along this evening at about 7 o'clock, and Cash is going to be here this evening, and you know he's trying to learn a new song for a new contest, and I was going to try to help him out. And then I found out that he's trying to play lead on an electric guitar in this particular song. He wants to match the break that he heard in this song, and I'm going like, you're coming to me for that? I don't know about that one, but I'll help him all I can. I don't know if I can be any benefit on this one or not. I've got good news on my little small projects. Here's the first one. Oh, my friends, I'm a happy boy. I told you that this vacuum had the most suction of any vacuum I've ever used in my life. And it worked great forever and ever and ever until it didn't. And it lost suction. Well, I figured out what it was. And as I always say, it's always something simple. It's always something simple. I never looked down here. This cap was off. It was missing. And yeah, that's all it was. That cap was missing. That was open down there. I didn't notice it. I just started scrounging the whole shop around and found that cap laying up here, believe it or not. I don't remember ever taking it off. I have a feeling I probably found it laying on the floor and set it up there, not knowing what it went to at the time or something like that. I have no idea why the cap was up there. I have no clue. I don't ever remember taking that off because I don't use it for liquid. So anyway, it sucks so hard now, it's almost scary. It almost feels like it'll pull your hand down the hose. It's so much different. So problem solved. That baby sucks so hard. Look at the rings on my hand. It sucks so hard. I have never seen a vacuum that sucks harder than this one. I am so happy I found what the problem was. It's so simple, just like always. Just remember that, almost always, the problem is something simple. Yeah, I know it was really stupid. I know that. You don't have to tell me. Really stupid, but I never looked down there, never thought about that cap being off. You know, I was looking up at the motor end where the suction happens, you know, and sure enough, that's all it was. The air compressor kind of turned out to be similar, except it was a lot more work to fix. When you're doing stuff by yourself, you have to get creative. First of all, the complicating factor is I have to set this thing up on blocks. I have to. And you say, why? Well, the reason is the little valve that bleeds it touches the floor. You can't get your hand under it. You can't get a bucket or, a pan under it. Nothing unless you raise it up. So I raise it up the thickness of a 2x4. And then you can possibly see that the little bleeder thing there is about the height of a 2x4 and, maybe a little more than that off the floor now. So you can get something under there to catch the water because it does accumulate water. So how do I pick this thing up and get it on there? Well, I devised a whole winch system here. I got to come along and a chain, and I picked it up and then I set it down on these bolts. So I've got little bolts there. The back one's still giving me a little bit of trouble, but it's close. So I got to let it down one more notch. And letting it down ain't even that easy either. In fact, this hits the ceiling, so I have to do it the hard way here and push this in by hand. And then I have to hold something on the back side here. Hang on. All right, now we're letting it down some more. I think that just let it down quite a bit, actually. Let me get it up here and do one more. It's just not simple. Did you ever hear it's not easy being me? Well, if you ever were around me for 30 minutes, you'd completely agree. All right, I think that might do it. I think that's got all the pressure off of it. So now, hopefully I can just unhook this. Yeah, I think I can. That would be nice. If it would just give me that. Yep, it did let me unhook it. Okay, at least now it's sitting on the ground, although I don't think it's really on the bolts correctly. That one's almost on there now. Yeah, the front two are on. I doubt the back one's on, but I'll figure that out maybe here in a minute. But that little system, I had to drill 3 lag bolts up into the rafter, and then I just put that against the wall there to carry the weight down, and it worked just fine. Wow, it's just so much. I did get a new belt on here, and instead of screwing this back on, I Gorilla taped it back on. That way I can rip the tape off, take this cover off, and reach back here and change the belt if I have to again, because the screws go in from the side like that. I also drilled new holes. See where I made the 31-inch belt fit, and I drilled new holes and bolted this down. And, you know, of course, I tightened the belt up really good. But if I ever need to use the old holes, they're still there. In fact, I used the old hole to hook my chain on. So, you know, anyway, guys, that's the story. Let me get her all hooked up, and we'll test it out here in a second. Yes, it's very noisy, but that's normal. Well, as noisy as that was, that ain't nothing compared to the noise it made before. All it really was the belt. As I said, I put a smaller belt on it, a 51-inch belt, and I made it so that I had it at the extents of the adjustment when the belt was on there, and then that way I've got a lot of room to adjust it. So in other words, sliding the motor this way would make it tighter. And you can see I've got, you know, I don't know, 5/8 of an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch to go. So that's going to be really nice. Got plenty of adjustment now. I know the size belt I need because I changed it. At least we got that problem solved, and that's been driving me nuts for more than a year.
Yeah, it's fixed. That thing it was way harder than it should have been. And yeah, you might say, well, why don't you have it turned around where you could get to the belt better? Well, then all of the controls and everything are on the wrong side then, you know, and and it's also plumbed where it's at right now, so I would have had to replumb it and re-electrify it, you know, and I don't want to mess with the electrical if I don't have to. So there you go. I do have one more maybe good news. We'll see.
Well, my friends, I have a clue now as to what may be causing this carburetor to stick open. I took this brand new carburetor apart. This was the original new one, if you will, if there is such a thing. This was the first new one I bought, is what I'm trying to say. And when I just took it apart just now, there was all kinds of creeping crud down in here. I just cleaned it out. In fact, there's still a little bit down in there. You can still see a little speck of dirt right there. But anyway, there was more than that, and there's some right there too. So I'm now suspecting that the real problem is not the carburetor. It's probably the gas tank. The fuel tank's probably dirty. I've got to take the fuel tank out anyway because I ordered a new valve to shut it off with because it doesn't shut off. So I'm going to take this fuel tank off, clean this sucker out real good. We'll put the new valve on when it comes, and maybe that'll fix the problem. I have a feeling that's where the problem really is. Well, my typical luck struck again. This screw here came out easy as pie. This one here, it's spinning the connector on the inside of the tank. It's not coming loose at all. I tried just regular wrench first, then I tried the impact thinking maybe it would break it loose, and it's just spinning inside the tank. I tried wedging, prying, doing everything I could to get that to break loose. You know, you can't heat it, it's a gas tank, it's got gas in it. So I drilled it out and got it to pop off there by drilling it out. Look at how bad this thing is here. No wonder it's, you know, this thing's in bad shape. I'm glad we're getting a new one. Now I have to figure out a way to get this bolt out of here and lock that nut back in. But I'll figure that out too. Well, you're not going to believe this. Look at this. It's not even tight in there. So after drilling it out, it came out by hand.
It's just, yeah, somehow people need to explain these things to me, how that can happen. I mean, it was spinning this whole brass thing inside the tank there. Oh, well, we can move on. Well, I think I have a fix for this. I'm going to start with the CA glue, which I don't think is the fix, really, but I don't see as it'll hurt anything. I'm going to get that in the cracks of where this was spinning around. Okay, get that good and filled back up. I'll spritz it with the accelerator so that that'll cure quickly. Like I said, I don't think that's the fix. The fix is going to be with the welder here, the plastic welder. And my idea is to take a couple of these metal things and put them right next to the nut so that the nut can't spin. I think that'll do it. Okay, so here goes attempt 1. I'm going to get it right on the edge of that metal. And that's number 1. And number 2 will go right on the other side. Got 4 of them on there, 1 on each side of that thing. That ought to keep it from spinning. I'm pretty sure it'll work. Alright, so now I'm just going to take a Dremel tool and grind those off flush. And yeah, I know that they make them where you can break them off, but I don't see any point in doing that and weakening your joint. I think that ought to work myself. Only time will tell.
Well, I do have a new petcock ordered, and that'll be here hopefully by Saturday. And I'll put that on and find out if that's really where the problem was coming from. I kind of think it is, because there was gritty junk down in the carburetors, and that petcock, the post that went up, it was all deteriorated, had holes in it and everything. By the way, Yolanda here didn't tell you everything that's been happening. She also has had a few issues herself. So what about that?
So I have stress-induced seizures. I've had them for a long time, but I've been able to listen to my body, and I haven't had one in a long time. But I'm
not stressing you out right now, am I?
No.
Okay.
You're good. But I was doing some roller derby, and we were practicing, and it was hot, and we were really going at it, and my heart rate got up to like 205, and I couldn't breathe, and I ended up having a seizure. So I had to go to the doctor to try to get cleared, but they don't want to clear me without seeing a neurologist because there could possibly be a tumor on my brain. But then they can't see me till June 10th of next year. So
Can you believe that? They say, we think that possibly those tumors could be induced by a brain tumor. I mean, the seizures could be induced by a brain tumor. And we need to check that out. So how about we see you next June, next year, and see if we can look into that. Yeah. I don't even know how to talk about that. That stuff like that absolutely eats me up. It just drives me crazy. like I said, I spent those hours in the emergency room at the hospital. They wouldn't see me, and they were letting people that were just laughing and talking on their cell phones go ahead of me, and I was dying. My daughter just this week went to the emergency room. She got there at like 10 in the morning, and it was late evening before they saw her, and she had a pretty serious problem, as it turned out, and they put her on all kinds of meds and different things. It's pitiful. It's pitiful. Our health care system sucks canal water big time. Big time.
Agreed.
You got anything else you want to enlighten us with? You want to brighten our days? Basically, these stories help us all because we're going, wow, we don't have it near as bad as we thought we had it.
No, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think that's all of the drama. I don't know. I'm sure there'll be more like next week.
Oh, my gosh. Well, let's go through the comments here and see what's going on. David Thorpe is always the first one in there. Well, not always, but often the first one in there. And then he says, I may be old, but what was I saying? Yeah, in mid-sentence I can do that. There's B.H. Ringer from Canada. See, I mean, they're from all over the world. Don't let that stress, I don't want to induce any stress on you now.
You're good.
But people are watching you from all over the world.
If you see me dip, you'll know.
At least we have carpet on the floor. You can't,
Right? It's a nice soft landing.
It won't be too hard.
Right?
Let's see. Ronald Todd says, good afternoon. Let's see. I'm really going to just try to concentrate on just the question marks. Bill Webb says, good afternoon. And let's see. Dottie's praying for us all. Thank you, Dottie. Appreciate it. There's Kim Z from Arizona. There's David Thorpe says, I used to work in security, but I've now got a job testing tennis balls. I'm a bouncer. Okay. Let's see. Sometimes he really stretches for these sometimes. He goes way out on a limb. Let's see. John Burns says, which vlog is the one where you played a song written about you that a viewer sent? I can't seem to locate it. It's this one right here. I didn't delete it yet.
Jerry Rosa, what would you do? Jerry Rosa, what would you do? Just an old wall hanger, hanging on the wall. Just an old wall hanger, never took me down. Jerry Rosa, can you make me sing? Jerry Rosa, just do your thing. Take me apart, glue me back together. Then when you're done, make me sing again. He's an honorable man, does the best that he can. If anybody can, Jerry can. I have stories to tell, music deep inside. I'm not trying to hide, been a long, long time since I've been played.
I still say that's embarrassing.
I liked it.
But yeah, it's nice. I mean, I still think it's AI generated. I do. I forget the fellow's name now that told me he wrote it or that he did it. He's the one that sent it. Gary. I can't think of his last name. I think it's Gary. Sorry if I'm messing it up. You know me and names. I can't remember them for that long. Who are you?
I don't know. Who are you?
Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. There's the song. David Tharp says, Hallmark researchers say they are close to developing a second movie plot. I get that one. Let's see. Bill Rhodes says, good afternoon. Dottie's having some conversations with some people there. Gino Hitch says, Jerry and friends almost late again. Just got home. Well, glad you're here. Let's see. After we went live, let's see. Ronald Todd was the first one in there. Michael 2X says, hey, Rosemeister. Fuzzy Russ doesn't have any question marks, but I see my name there. This is Russ Allen. Jerry, looking forward to the good news you've recently experienced. By the way, my wife and I had stayed in your Airbnb next to your house a month ago. Yep, I remember. But your username's changed, didn't it? Fuzzy Russ, that was different. You just keep me confused. That's what the problem is. And I definitely remember you, Russ, but you know me and names. I wouldn't have been able to call your name until you said it again. It's just horrible. It's a disease. I'm not kidding you. There's Bill Webb says, good to see Mark and Yolanda again. Please get her to sing something.
Yeah, people asking.
I'll come down sometime and do it. Not right now.
Well, David Tharp says, where do bad rainbows go? They go to Prism. It's a light sentence, but it gives them time to reflect. Oh, man. That's definitely a dad joke right there. Except the problem is the kids won't get it. Let's see. Look, I'm still looking for question marks. David Tharp says, Yolanda, sing us a song. Bill Webb says, reminds me of the old hee-haw song, gloom, despair, and agony on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with it. They've been through the ringer, seriously. And then, like he borrows a truck and it burns up. I mean, just how, remind me not to loan you anything. It's just crazy. Let's see. Bruce Ducker, the vacuum sucks canal water. Well, it would if you had it in the canal. It really does. That, I don't have any affiliation with Harbor Freight, but I got to tell you, I was really surprised when I bought that vacuum and put it in the shop. I could not believe the suction power that thing has. So I'm impressed with it. So if you're looking for a good vacuum, I don't think you can go wrong with that one. It's a 14-gallon, by the way. Empress John 3 says, prayers for all the group. Hope things get better soon. This is Preston. I'll be at the play along. We'll give Cash a little support. Well, that's good. David Tharp says, just read Chubby Checker's autobiography. Not much of a story, but there was an interesting twist at the end. Okay, let's see. Sundog Brewing says, looks like you need an inline fuel filter. Yeah, well, I'm glad you said that. I thought of that yesterday, that maybe that's what I need to put on there. It wasn't my original idea. I see that Vintage 2 guy doing that a lot whenever he's got trouble with the tank, which, I mean, it only makes sense. So I've got some extra filters. I may throw one of them in there too. The problem is there really isn't any room the way that thing's designed to get a filter in there on that one and get the plastics back on and the seat back on, but I might be able to figure out a way to do that. David Tharp says, thumbs up, y'all. If you would do that, that helps. And then, let's see, Russ says, how's your music going, Yolanda?
Well, I mean, it's going. I just haven't sang in a while, which I need to. Just life's been interesting here lately.
Okay. Should I even mention this? I shouldn't mention it, but I'm going to mention it sort of, kind of. The band may have found a new place to do band practices. That's all I'm going to say. Because if I say any more than that, ASCAP will be on our case. Anyway, and then you would be able to come and sing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, at our practice.
Yep.
Let's see. Bruce Ducker. Jerry plays that song at night to soothe himself to sleep. I don't think so. That does not soothe me at all. It really kind of gives, well, I mean, I don't know. It just makes me feel weird. That's all I can tell you. Bill Mumbo, boogie on down, Jerry, strut your stuff, get them hips swinging. That's one thing I do not do is dance. Far out, not too far, you'll twist something. Yeah, I'll throw my back out. David Tharp, I love that song about... It reminds me of Buddy Holly's song. Ben Boyd says, I'm finally back from Europe. Yes, that is probably an AI-generated song, but still a classic. Jeffer P says, YouTube must have changed some usernames. Mine changed. I didn't do it. Yeah, ever since, well, they did something a month or so back, about a month back. I forget what they did now, but it seemed to have changed all the usernames to the actual username, not the replacement name that's more legible. Anyway, Michael 2X, you have to hear Yolanda sing Blue Bayou. Do you know that one? Mm-hmm. You know it by heart?
No. It's on my YouTube, though.
So you have to read the words?
Yeah.
David Tharp, well, tell them where your YouTube is.
It's on my YouTube, right?
Yeah. Well, tell them your YouTube channel or name or whatever.
It's called Yolanda's Music 2992.
Yolanda's Music 2992. So you have to say it very clear and distinct so these people can write it down.
Okay.
Otherwise, they won't be able to find you. Let's see. David Tharp says, most of my tools and utensils work pretty good, but my vacuum cleaner sucks. Yeah, mine does too. And there's Randy Rogers says, what is the song Cash is wanting your help with? Well, the truth is I don't know. They're supposed to be bringing me a version of it like the original, and they're supposed to be bringing me one with the words out of it and just the music. So I don't know if that's going to help me or not, because I'm not an electric guitar player. I'm not a guitar player, period, and especially not electric. Let's see. Ronald Todd says, between the Rosa Luck and the Nadzum Luck, there must be a something in the water of your neck of the woods. I'm beginning to think so. I'm glad mine's not as strong as theirs is. Let's see. Ruler Y90 says, is that girl is single? Okay. Are you talking about this girl?
I'm not single. I'm with him.
Let's see. GP Old Marine Shop. Hello, everyone. Will Yolanda start up her channel again?
I plan on it, yeah. We were actually just talking about that not super long ago about getting back into it.
That might stress her out, though.
No.
Ronald Todd says, kinda since you did the night scope video. Oh, is when things changed, you mean? I don't know. It's been about that long. Yeah, it's been about like that. Michael 2X, it is on her YouTube because I requested it.
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
Cool, there you go. Yeah, Blue Bayou. Well, do you want to try to sing one now, or do you just want to skip it?
Can we plan on me coming back down? That way I have more advanced notice.
Yeah, we can do that. You can come back down this evening with Cash.
I'm skating, Jerry.
You're skating? I thought you can't get back on skates.
I can be on skates. I just can't be doing roller derby.
Huh.
She had to set her watch so when she hits zone 3, she has to sit down.
Yeah.
There
So
you
the
go.
alarm will go off when she's getting worked up.
Uh-oh.
So.
Well, I don't know, but Mark is here so that I can give him a little tour of the farm. I think Mark's going to come down and do a little deer hunting during deer season. I've said he could do that. And I don't know, though. With his luck, I'm not too sure I'm going outside the house.
I'm going to stay home as well.
But anyway, guys, thanks for being here. I'm going to call that good for today. I'm going to give him a little tour of some of the places he can set, and then I'm going to get out the chainsaws, get them sharpened up, and probably most of the day tomorrow I'll be cutting firewood. And I just saw one scroll up here. It says, Ronald Todd says, just got a commercial pop up in the video. Well, that helps me. So there you go. Y'all take care. We'll see you tomorrow with something else.